Good afternoon and a warm welcome to the Cartagena Novo between two teams just outside the playoff places in La Liga Smart Bank. Cartagena against Real Zaragoza, it's 8th against 11th, just 1 point between these two teams in the table. And we can see that Zaragoza players wearing t-shirts with a well-wishing message to their teammate Jaume Grau, who had to undergo heart surgery yesterday. It is a fairly routine occasion for him, and hopefully he'll be back in a couple of months, but remembered by his teammates today. Cartagena lining up with an unchanged team from their last game, which was a 2-1 defeat at Mirandés last weekend. No changes to the starting lineup though. They do miss Richard Boateng through suspension. He was sent off after coming on as a substitute in that game last week. The referee today is Jose Lopez Toca. And in the VAR booth, it's Ais Reig. Zaragoza coming into this game on a great run of form. 4 consecutive victories. Most recently last week against Fuenlabrada, where the late winner came from Miguel Puche, who as a reward gets his first ever start. The 20-year-old is up front with Alvaro Jimenez, who also comes into the starting lineup, and Sabin Merino. The rest of the team is unchanged from the side that started last week against Fuenlabrada. We saw some Zaragoza fans there holding up the balloon with the 90. That's because it is the 90th birthday today of Zaragoza, as the two coaches embrace. Luis Carrion of Cartagena and Juan Ignacio Martinez of Zaragoza, who's back on familiar territory. He was Cartagena coach 15 years ago, the 2005-06 season. Had a very good season as well early in his coaching career. So on friendly turf today, but it won't be when the game gets underway, which is now. Zaragoza in the red, get the ball rolling. And immediately the long ball is contested in the air between Sabin Merino and Julian Del Mas, leaving both of them in pain on the ground. So treatment needed within 15 seconds of the game getting underway. Cartagena right back Del Mas seemed to take an arm to the head. As for Sabin Merino, it was a heavy landing. Luis Miguel Carrion, the 43-year-old coach of Cartagena, will hope, as will Juan Ignacio Martinez, that there are no early changes needed. Del Mas is already back up. Merino somewhat slower to return to his feet, but looks like he's going to be okay. Problem on his hip, it appears. Delmas is waiting for the referee to wave him back on, but maybe he won't because it was a head injury. He might want to, at the next stoppage, go and check for any signs of concussion. And so both teams down to 10 at the moment. Both the players want to go back on, but they'll probably have to wait until the next stoppage. Cartagena with ball at the back. Pablo Vázquez looking to move into a bit of space, finds a nice pass, and there's some space for the run of Sergio Tejera, but he loses out, and then the trip on Radoslav Petrovic gives the free kick to Zaragoza. And now the referee, Jose Lopez Doca, does allow those injured players back on, so back to 11 against 11. Here's Jair, Portuguese defender sending it long, and that will spin straight out for a throw-in. Cartagena have been in rather mixed form, probably being a bit generous in fact. In the last few weeks they've lost 4 of their last 6 games, drew 1 and won 1 of the others. Ironically enough, their only win was against high-flying Eibar, a 4-1 victory, although that flattered them somewhat because they scored 2 of those goals in the last 2 minutes. But despite that poor run recently, they're still certainly competing for the top 6. 6 points the difference between Cartagena and Girona in that 6th place. And with still 11 games to play, there's an awful long way to go. Zaragoza with a great run of 4 straight wins, only 1 point behind Cartagena now. It's extremely congested in the middle of La Liga Smart Bank. Nothing new there, it's such a competitive league. Seems to be the case every year, but between Oviedo in 7th place and Las Palmas in 15th, there are only 3 points. Pressure applied to Chavarria, he loses out. Now a foul by Merino on Delmas. The game hasn't really settled into a discernible pattern yet. Cartagena will be looking to serve. Their front man, Ruben Castro, still going strong at the age of 40. 15 goals for him already this season. He's worked wide for Delmas. Sends a good cross in, and it was just flicked on. I think there was a slight touch on that from Nacho Gil, but not enough to take it past Christian Alvarez in the Zaragoza goal. Did he get a touch here? Maybe he didn't. Certainly an outstanding ball in from Delmas on his left foot as well. Early warning for the Zaragoza defence. Back now with Marc Martinez, Cartagena keeper, kicking long. And Chavarria will let that run out for a throw-in. Been a pretty settled back line for Zaragoza this season. The back 5 that are playing today, if you include the goalkeeper, all of them have played at least 2/3 of the games. As that cross from Jan Borrega sails harmlessly behind for a goal kick. As I was saying, Christian Alvarez, the goalkeeper, with 29 starts. The fullbacks, Fran Gamez and Pep Chavarria, 25 and 26 respectively, and at the back, in the middle, Alejandro Frances and Jair with 24 and 30 starts respectively. So it's been pretty much the same defence every week for Zaragoza, and they have been a solid team. What they've done is drawn far too many, but not in recent weeks. Here they are looking to come forward with the cross towards Merino, and then is closed down by Nacho Nacho Gil. The clearance doesn't go very far, but it's picked up by Bodiga. Now a good turn in midfield by Valderrama. And Petrovic can come forward. He's going to get a shot away. Blocked by Delmas. Radoslav Petrovic there, the 33-year-old midfielder, very experienced midfield trio that Jim is sending out. Petrovic 33, Valderrama the youngster of the bunch at 27, and the captain Alberto Zapater 36 now. Here's Vazquez for Cartagena. Delmas. Well controlled by Nacho Gil. Back for Delmas. We've already seen one excellent cross into the box from him. This time the pass to Ruben Castro, who gives it straight back to him. Gil. Good possession from Cartagena, even if they weren't able to penetrate the penalty area of Zaragoza. They've kept the ball, and it's now Tejera who finds Dauda. The Ghanaian forward is fouled by Fran Gamez. That'll be an interesting battle today. Dauda having a good season on loan from Anderlecht. 7 goals for him so far. Playing up with Ruben Castro in attack. Here he is on the ball. Nice overlapping cross, cut back for Ruben Castro, who maybe was just caught in two minds there, the veteran, whether to lay it off or control and turn and shoot himself. Did neither in the end. One back though by the hosts. Good play by Tejera. Gil. Now swept over for Delmas. Starting to establish a bit of rhythm and momentum here, Cartagena. Dauda has a run ahead of him of De Blasis. Dangerous position, takes on the shot, parried well by Christian Alvarez. As far as Delmas. The cross met that time by Petrovic and headed away, but this is a good passage of play from Cartagena. And it continues now with Bodiga. Swinging in the cross, away by Jair. Touched down by De Blasis to Dauda, who'll run into the area. And that'll be a corner after the block from Fran Gamez. See the effort. Fired in dangerously by De Blasis, who will now go over to take the corner, the first of the game. Windy day at the Cartagena Nova. The wind blowing in the direction of the goal, and the in-swing from De Blasis maybe was looking to shoot there inside the near post. It was cleared away though by Valderrama. As we reach the 10-minute mark, the game is being played at the moment exclusively in the Zaragoza half. I say that it goes back into the Cartagena half, but with the home team in possession still. In the last 5 minutes or so they've been very dominant. Dauda lays off, runs down the line to receive the return pass from De Blasis. Helps it on for Gaston Silva. He was challenged, no free kick given. And now Zapater feeds it down the line. Here's Puche, the young debutant. His first start after scoring his first goal at this level last week. And the win, it was the winner as well against Fuenlabrada. Nice ball out to Chavarria. Hasn't really come forward yet. He does now, and the cross is beyond Puche. Dauda tidies it up, and now it's Ruben Castro who can go on a run. Holds it up and he's brought down. The veteran drawing the challenge from a player who's less than half his age there. 40-year-old Ruben Castro, fouled by 19-year-old Alejandro Frances. Not a disparity you see too often. Ruben Castro was scoring goals for Las Palmas before his opponent today was even born. Castro making his La Liga debut back in the 2000-2001 season. And the deep free kick is going to be too deep, and Christian can watch it wide. You can watch this one wide. This was the closest we've come to a goal so far. Pablo de Blasis with the shot that forced a save from the Zaragoza keeper. Now here's a bit of space for Gil. Looking for the run of Castro. Jair in position. Makes the clearance with the block of Ruben Castro. He recently moved past 300 career goals. What a player he has been over the course of 2 decades in Spanish football. Ruben Castro, and what a fairy tale it would be if he could finish it by leading Cartagena to promotion to the top flight. Don't rule it out. Playing out from the back, Marc Martinez finding Toni Datkovic. Cartagena are in full control of this contest at the moment. Datkovic into de Blasis. Gets it back from Gil, although it wasn't really a very good ball. Forced de Blasis back. Now he picks out the run made through the middle by Tejera, was pretty heavily challenged by Jair. Free kick goes the way of the home team. It's taken to Gil. Plenty in the middle. Good cross, but a good header away by Frances. Only as far as Bodiga. Datkovic. Frances once more with the header out. Silva inside to Dauda. Takes on the shot. Was going to creep inside the near post. Comfortable save though for Christian Alvarez, but positive play again from Dauda. Didn't get the power he needed to trouble the keeper. But it shows his willingness to always be positive and attack the goal. Bodiga flicking it on. It comes back to Delmas. Now there should be time for Jair. Good chest control by Merino, and works out a nice pass as well. Gameth coming forward. Plenty of red shirts in the attack here. The cross towards Merino. Delmas winning it in the air though. And now Bodiga can work it away. Petrovic with a foot in. Out for the throw-in. That was the most menacing attack we've seen from Zaragoza in quite a while, which really tells you how they haven't been very menacing. They're largely looking content to just sit in the game, try to soak up pressure and then maybe hit on the break, but there haven't been many breaks as yet. Petrovic back to Frances. Looking long, and it's a nice pass to Merino. Now can he get a good ball in? He can't because it's blocked by Delmas, but he couldn't prevent the corner, which will be Zaragoza's first. Ball already out before the second intervention from Delmas. And so over goes Rama to take the corner. Jair is among the targets, Petrovic as well. He's towards the far post and it's a decent chance. Flying in but sending it wide. I think it was Frances who got his head on it, and what a good chance it was. 6 yards out. It maybe just sailed away from him a little. I think he just didn't quite anticipate the flight of the ball. It was a little higher in the air than he expected, but still a really good chance for Alejandro Frances, who might have some defensive work to do here after the good layoff from Castro. The cross isn't cut out by Frances. The pass though poor from Dauda, sent behind de Blasis. Hand up in acknowledgement that the pass wasn't what it could have been from Dauda. Cartagena, after that scare from the corner, looking to reassert themselves now. Bodiga. Vazquez. Delmas in space outside him, and here is the fullback who's constantly been getting forward in this game, inside Tejel. Pass from Delmas cut out that time, and now Valderrama can look to switch it, but the pass is well beyond Gamez. Now the ball down the line from Silva to de Blasis. Dauda, dangerous position. Laid off, Bodiga, can he get a shot away? He can, it's a good one, it's saved. De Blasis, another save, and then a great clearance from Chavarria, preventing Gil from getting onto the loose ball. I think the flag has gone up for offside. Gil saying he wasn't, but it doesn't matter anyway. After the double save, first this one from Bodiga, well parried by Christian, who quickly got up to save the second shot as well from de Blasis. That was a much better save. This was close enough to him that it was fairly routine, but then having to quickly get back up and dive to his left to keep out the effort from de Blasis before the offside flag went up against Gil. After the clearance was made by Chavarria. Now here's a good run for Merino. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. 20 minutes played at the Cartagena Nova, and it's goalless, but chances at both ends. This was the break a couple of minutes earlier where Dauda could have done better, but played the ball behind de Blasis. There have been plenty of promising moments from the hosts, and Dauda has been involved in plenty of them, and he will try to be again now as he runs down the left. He was clipped there, surely. Well, he wasn't, according to the referee. It looked like a foul to me, I must say, by Puchet. It looked like he clipped his ankle there. Got away with one, I think, there. The debutant for Zaragoza. Zapater. Gives it back to Gameth. Excellent challenge from Dauda, but Gameth is able to keep it. Find Petrovic. Zapater. Gameth. Trying to feed it inside, but Silva does well. And it's cleared up to Castro. First time layoff for Bodiga, who tries to play the pass down the left for De Blasis. Well cut out, and it had to be. Chavarria with the hook forward, but Vazquez and Delmas tidy up. And then back by Tejera to Marc Martinez. It's been a tidy performance from Cartagena. Dauda was waiting for the ball there though, and now there is a chance to break. Puche has Gameth ahead of him. Puche threads a lovely ball, and there's a great chance, and there's a finish, but the flag is up for offside, so it will not count the strike from Sabin Merino, unless the flag was raised in error, but it did look as though he went early. Just not far away from being onside. Nice pass from Puche. Nice finish from Sabin Merino. But he was offside. They're just waiting for confirmation of that. And there it comes. Merino is looking for his first goal still for Zaragoza, having joined from Leganés midway through the season. This is his 6th appearance without scoring so far. Now Dauda back to the other end, waiting for support. Had to wait for too long. The ball's taken off him. Jair to Chavarria. Frances. Petrovic. Run being made by Puche. Silva with the header. He's down for Fran Gameth. Good control by Alvaro. We haven't seen much of him yet, but linking up here with Merino, who takes on the shot and hit with a lot of power, but not much accuracy. Flashing well wide of the left post, but Zaragoza starting to bare their teeth now in the last few minutes, having been forced to do a lot of defending in the opening quarter of this match. It was well worked between Alvaro and Merino. Another poor layoff by Dauda. Been a few poor touches from him in the last few minutes. It's Petrovic finding Jair. Chavarria moves inside. Eventually back to Frances. Zapater. Valderrama, and now Gameth whipping in the cross. It's too deep, and Merino had just drifted inside from his left wing position, so no one there for Zaragoza. Bodiga. Castro feeling he was fouled, but I thought the referee was going to allow play to go on. In the end, he does blow the whistle for the free kick against Jair. 25 minutes played. It's been a bright game. Cartagena have been in control for much of the action so far, but Zaragoza have come more into it in the last few minutes. Certainly, though, the visiting keeper, Christian Alvarez, who's been the busier with 4 saves, including a double save to deny Bodiga and De Blasis. Vazquez loses out, and Merino inside to Petrovic. Nice pass on to Alvaro. Now Chavarria. He's brought down by Nacho Gil. Free kick for the visitors. Petrovic under pressure from De Blasis, back to the goalkeeper. Solid header won by Datkovic. In steps Bodiga to find Castro. Slides the pass on to De Blasis. Nice turn. Gil now. De Blasis and Gil getting their wires crossed a little. As we see confirmation of the offside, it was pretty close, wasn't it? Very closer than it looked initially. As Puche released the pass into the run of Sabin Marino, who finished well into the bottom corner, but ruled out rightly for offside. Looks like a foul on Alvaro, and it is. Pablo Vázquez bringing him down. Alvaro Jimenez, the striker for Zaragoza, on loan from Cádiz. Scored 5 goals in 17 starts this season. There's a free kick from Valderrama that needs a bit of catching practice for Marc Martinez on his line. Once again, we settle into the pattern that we've witnessed for much of the game, with Zaragoza sitting back, largely defending in their own half. Cartagena dominating possession. Gil, chased by Petrovic, is able to withstand that pressure. Datkovic onto Silva. Now De Blasis. Switched over to the right, looking for Delmas, doesn't reach him. As the intervention from Chavarria finds Merino. Back to Chavarria, 4 in the middle. Cross doesn't reach them, as a combination of Delmas and Vázquez make the block. Long throw being wound up by Chavarria. He can try again now after the clearance. Control by Alvaro, who goes down and then is penalised for handball because he doesn't get the free kick that he feels should have been coming his way. And as he went down, he grabbed the ball in. So clearly, if it wasn't a foul there, it was a handball there. That's how the referee saw it. Jan Bodiga. Laid off first time for De Blasis, who's covering a lot of ground, often drifting left, sometimes back in the heart of midfield here to join in the build-up play, attacking the penalty area as well. Pablo De Blasis still got a lot of energy at the age of 34. Here's Bodiga. Nacho Gil, Dauda, Gil, there's space on the left if they can send the pass, and it is De Blasis who's pulled away into that position again. 3 in the middle, the cross is not a bad one. Jair had to get that away because otherwise Ruben Castro would have been right behind him for a tap-in. Once again, De Blasis at the heart of everything that Cartagena are doing coming forward, winning the corner that he will take. Catching practice though for Christian. Poor corner really, far too close to the keeper. And the quick throw out to Puche. Good change of feet from him, and he was brought down. They do have a good record of bringing through young players. Zaragoza, Puche, one of those. Made his debut in the Segunda B back in 2017. This is his first ever start at this level, though. Now it's won by Tejera. De Blasis once more moving inside from that left wing position. Bodiga opens up for the strike, hit well, and Christian is able to repel it once again. Another save for the visiting keeper. The second that he's made today from the French midfielder Jan Bodiga. Looked like Christian wasn't too happy with the defensive protection ahead of him. Gamez able to find Zapater, up to Alvaro, who lays it off for Zapater. First time long ball is a good one for Sabine. Looking to cut inside and take on the shot, and that's a disappointing end product. Well, they say coaches always like players, like their teams, to finish a move. When you get into a promising position, don't then just turn back and build again from midfield. When you're in a promising position like that, finish the move. Sabine Merino did do that, at least, being positive to drive into the penalty area and shoot, but it was a poor effort on goal. Now, long ball over the top. Ruben Castro, no offside flag at the moment. Narrow angle, cuts inside onto his left. Might fall for Del Mas. It does, and he scores, but the flag now goes up. So we'll have to see whether it counts or not. And that flag is against Ruben Castro initially, I'm sure, when the ball was played over the top. Did he time his run here? Ooh, it's close. Might well be onside. May well be onside. And we'll watch the play unfold. Don't think there's any other possibilities of offside. No, not at all, because it's picked up by Del Mas and finished well into the bottom corner. Let's see, the VAR official, Ais Reig, reviewing the evidence now. And from the one replay we saw, it looked to be very close, with Ruben Castro bending his run. Wait, says the referee. If he was offside, it was his forehead and nothing more. You can see them reviewing it. This could well be a goal. Did Castro do enough to get back on onside? He was offside initially here and then moved back. Now it would be his shoulder that's offside, if anything, but to me that angle isn't perfect, but it looks as though it's a goal, and it is. The review concludes Castro is onside in that moment that the ball is played over the top. And credit to Julian Del Mas for following the play, picking up the loose ball after the first shot was blocked, and a good finish. Christian Alvarez has made plenty of saves today, but he couldn't stop that one. Second goal of the season for Del Mas. And Cartagena take the lead. It's a good ball over the top by Tejera. And Ruben Castro doing what he does and trying to get a shot away. Blocked by Jair. And Del Mas with a precise finish into the bottom corner. Cartagena 1, Zaragoza 0. sweet moment for Delmas, who is born in Zaragoza. I was talking about their record in bringing through young players. He's one of them. Spent 6 years as a professional with the team, and he scored the opener against them. Moved to Cartagena a couple of years ago. Now they have defending to do, as the visitors look to respond immediately. 5 in the middle. Cross from Gameth is poor, and can there be a break now? De Blasis. He's got Dowd ahead of him to the left. That's where he tries to send the pass. It's cut out by Frances. Gameth turns inside to find Petrovic. Alvaro looks for the return pass, claiming that he was fouled by Datkovic as he tried to run on. No free kick, but it can come in again now as Petrovic tries to get past Bodiger but can't, and Bodiger can bring it forward now. Look at this space for Jan Bodiger to run into. Oh, but good recovery by Valderrama. The game really stretched at the moment. Is Zapater riding a couple of challenges and still going. Feeds it outside now to Valderrama. Zaragoza have become a lot more positive since going behind. But that's wasted by Petrovic, trying to slide the pass in. Immediately, it's like they've turned on a switch and are playing as a totally different team, getting more players forward. There we see the confirmation that Castro was not offside as he made the run in the build-up to the goal. And on the balance of play, Cartagena certainly deserved the lead. They've had several chances. They've dominated the game in terms of possession and controlling the flow of the action. Looking a confident team. As Nacho Gil here goes back to Datkovic, and Vardken sends it long, and that's going to be too long. I've got to say, I'm a bit surprised by that possession stat. 60-40, I would have guessed it was more in favour of Cartagena. Feels more like 65-35, but still shows they have been in control. The yellow card has been shown, not quite sure who to. Maybe Alvaro for complaints. At least twice he feels that he's been fouled and didn't get the decision, and indeed it was him to become the first player in the book. Five minutes to play in what has been an entertaining first half. That goal should change the pattern of the game, because Zaragoza are going to have to be more positive as Jair sends it forward here. Puche trying to run between two defenders. He stays down with a hand problem, but he was flagged offside anyway. Was offside. The cut of the grass helping make that one clear. Wouldn't imagine that the hand problem he's got there after he landed badly will stop him from continuing. He tries to close down Silva here. It's back to Datkovic. And that response from Zaragoza immediately after the goal has immediately subsided now. It was a very brief flurry of attacking pressure from them. Didn't last more than a minute or two. We're back to the previous pattern of Cartagena dominating. Ball doesn't reach the goal scorer Delmas, as it's sent forward well by Chavarria. Alvaro looking defeated inside. Blocked by Bodega for the throw-in. See if Chavarria goes for the long one again. He does, it's dealt with. And then there is a trip on Nacho Gil. Back there by Chavarria. Not a good sign from the Zaragoza players arguing with the referee. Play the game, not the official. If they start to over-index on decisions they feel haven't gone their way, losing their focus from what they should be doing. Here's Valderrama for Chavarria. Petrovic turns away from Castro. 1-0 in the latter stages of the first half. The goal from Julian Delmas against his former team. Lovely control here by Gameth. Then he's just held off the ball by Dauda, and another one of those decisions that Zaragoza feel they should have got but didn't. But they do get the ball with Puche picking up the loose ball and finding Valderrama. Chavarria. 5 in the middle, might take on the shot, clips the cross, it's a good one, but it's too close to Marc Martinez. Nice shape on the cross there. But Martinez was able to come off his line. Pass goes straight out though to De Blasis. Yellow card shown to Ruben Castro for an earlier challenge when the referee allowed play to go on. This one bringing down Frances. Advantage allowed. Zaragoza had the ball, so it's 1 yellow card each, and it's the centre forward for both teams, Castro and Jimenez. Zapater back to Chavarria. Last minute of normal time, the end of the first half. That's a free kick for the foul by Delmas. Valderrama teases the ball over the top to Merino, who controls well. Blocked by Delmas, and then Vázquez is able to prevent the corner. We'll probably have 1 or 2 minutes added on. There was a very early delay when both Delmas and Merino were injured. Delmas with the header away. Here's De Blasis. A slip though by Gil. And 4 minutes added on. I forgot about the VAR review, of course. So a couple of minutes maybe for the stoppage at the beginning of the game, and 4 minutes in total with the VAR review for the goal added on as well. Puche turns well. Back to Gameth. Jair. Petrovic. Gameth. Petrovic. Rides a challenge. Slides a pass, but just ahead of the run of Gameth. It was a good pass from Radoslav Petrovic. Slightly too heavy to take it beyond the run of the fullback. He couldn't change direction. Doesn't look too happy with it, does he? Petrovic. Oh, he nearly found an opening there. Bodiger turning, but turning straight into Valderrama. Puche runs into the challenge of Silva. Zapatero takes it off him. It's all very tight and congested by the touchline. Work back now for Christian, who looks for Chavarria. Eventually sliced away for a throw-in by Petrovic, who's left muttering away to himself again. Game rather petering out at the moment towards half-time. Cartagena will be perfectly happy with that, as they have the advantage. It's all turned rather scrappy in the last couple of minutes. It will be a free kick for the challenge by Valderrama. And again, Cartagena will be happy to take for the foul on Tejera. Blasis and Tejera over the ball. See if the hosts can get a chance to double the lead. They've got 6 players forward for the set piece. Christian takes that comfortably. And a last chance for Zaragoza to come forward. Well, that will come to nothing. Easily broken up, as much of the visiting team's possession has been. Get it back now, and that's a nice turn by Gameth. Pass outside to Zapatero. Looks like they're going to send in a long throw. Final action of the first half. And it's Merino with a shot on target, which, as far as I can recall, is their first. Right at the end of the first half. A comfortable save for Martinez, as Merino lacks power on the effort to really trouble the goalkeeper. And so Cartagena hold on to their advantage at the break. This was the shot from Merino, routine stop for Martinez. The goal came 10 minutes before the break through Julian Delmaz against his former club, after the shot from Ruben Castro was blocked. And Cartagena, on the whole, good value for their lead. They've been the better team so far. As we reach the interval, the scoreline: Cartagena 1, Real Zaragoza 0. Welcome back to the Cartagena. Second half of Cartagena against Zaragoza is upon us. It's 1-0 to the hosts at the break. A goal from Julián Del Mas towards the end of the opening period against his former club, giving Cartagena the lead. The Zaragoza players already out there. Does look like a substitution is being prepared at the break. Would imagine it would be for Zaragoza, trying to change things and get back into the game. And looks like the player who's being taken off isn't even aware of it either. Or maybe it's a player who's being brought on, being reminded he has to be given official permission. It seems that is the case. Yes, it's Valentin Verde who will be entering the action. Argentine midfielder, formerly of Almeria, will be entering the action. So we'll find out who he's going to come on for. And is there going to be a change of shape for Zaragoza? Looks like he's got to tape up his wrist, maybe some jewellery. There's the scorer, Del Mas. And now we'll have the substitution. There it's the captain, Zapater, who makes way. So Verde coming on. And it looks like a straight swap. He'll sit in that midfield position to the right of Radoslav Petrovic. First attack of the second half for Cartagena, and it's Del Mas into the area. Good cross, oh, and somehow it was missed by De Blasis. Excellent ball in from Del Mas, and it looked just like a tap-in for De Blasis. Maybe there was a slight touch on it from Frances, the defender in there, which took it away from the connection of De Blasis. Either way, a really good chance to start the second half. And Verde now immediately getting a booking within a minute of entering his clumsy challenge. And he is met with the yellow card. Foul on Tejera. So Cartagena would look to try and establish the grip on the game that they had in the first half, coming back out of the changing rooms. They were certainly the better team in the opening 45 minutes, deserved to be ahead. Nacho Gil is dispossessed there by Jair. Given away though by Puche. Dauda. Now worked over to the right-hand side is Vázquez. Looking long for Dauda through the middle. Comes down to Hill. Swapped out to the left wing for now. Played the whole of the first half on the right, but here he is on the left. Bodiga, De Blasis. Hill's showing again. Just let it get away from him, and that allowed the challenge to come in from Puche. Hill flying in to win it back. Oh, but then just at the end, the miscommunication or misunderstanding between Tejera and De Blasis. De Blasis wasn't expecting the pass here. After Hill showed tenacity to win it back. There's the pass on to De Blasis just beyond his run. But more threat in and around the penalty area. of the visitors, and there might be more now as Dauda finds the pass. Bodiga, Castro, De Blasis, beaten in the air by Frances. Dauda's shot is blocked, and then Tejera lets fly with an effort that's deflected behind for a corner. So it has been a really good start to the second half from Cartagena. No question that they've come out looking to sit on their lead. They've been very positive and have the corner now for De Blasis. Hooked towards the far post. Clever play by Datkovic. Eventually it drops to Ruben Castro, who drives inside now. Still Ruben Castro. Can Bodiga keep it in? No, he can't. Throw in, which will relieve some of the pressure on Zaragoza. Well done by Datkovic there, putting it back in the mixer. Now Puche's ball inside, doesn't find Alvaro, and Zaragoza are looking so limp at the moment. That's better as it's worked out to Gameth. Taken on by Marino, who had the last touch there. He doesn't feel that he did, and he might get himself a booking for his reaction. Various Zaragoza players waiting, preparing. Nano, Borja Sanz, we saw that. Ivan Athon as well. Zaragoza player down, but the attack continues as De Blasis finds Castro. Plenty forward. Here's Dauda. Drives it and scores from the narrow angle. He just thrashed it with his left foot. And it was a great strike from Mohamed Dauda. And to be honest, that second goal had been coming. Zaragoza are less than impressed because they had a player down during the build-up, but Cartagena kept on playing and ended up with the second goal. We'll see the complaints now from the Zaragoza players who feel play should have stopped. Eventually now Petrovic getting back to his feet, but you can see that Cartagena players saying, well, what did we do? It was a very strange one from Petrovic, who just fell over for no apparent reason, and to be honest, probably the Cartagena players didn't even know it had happened. No offside. And then the shot seemed to deceive Christian Alvarez. I don't think there was a deflection on it, as Verde tried to block it. Certainly it will go down as Dauda's goal, his 8th of the season. I don't know what happened to Petrovic. He just seemed to fall, maybe caught his feet in the turf awkwardly. His studs got caught in the grass, but down he went. And on went Cartagena. Let's see what happens here. Well, that is mysterious. Someone go down holding his back. Immediately signalled for the substitution, but now there is a sub being prepared. He's gone down again. So whatever's happened, and it's serious enough that Radoslav Petrovic can't continue. Well, what a terrible start to the second half for Zaragoza. Very sloppy play, culminating in conceding a goal, and now Petrovic is hobbling away with a mysterious injury. Difficult to see what happened there. Luis Lopez will come on to replace him. Now, he's normally a defender. A centre-back who came through Espanyol's youth system before moving to Zaragoza this year. Petrovic takes his place on the bench. We'll have to look out for the medical report of what happened there. Luis Lopez is going to go into the defensive midfield position in place of Petrovic, but it's a long way back into this game now for Zaragoza. Gamez trying to bring it forward. He's held off the ball though by De Blasis. Look at the confidence running through Cartagena. Ball played down the line. Ruben Castro not offside. Well, he is actually offside now. The flag goes up. Zaragoza have really got to step up here a few levels. They've been well off the pace today. Only had one effort on target. There's been very little coherence in their attacking play, as we just saw there. How easily the possession is breaking down for them. Routinely. Whereas Cartagena are able to move the ball well across the field using width. Threatening through the middle. Here's the score of the second goal. Dauda beating Gamez. Turned on by Castro, and then the very ambitious effort from Tejera. Why not have a go though, Sergio Tejera? Former Oviedo midfielder, yet to score for Cartagena in La Liga Smartbank. This is 25th appearance of the season. Had a go there, well over the top. But at the moment, there's no sign whatsoever of Zaragoza getting back into this game. It's all they can do to keep the ball for 4 or 5 passes, and again, that one sails out from Christian. See again, the goal, the second goal, started with Petrovic just falling over mysteriously. Zaragoza seemed to half stop. Cartagena didn't, and ended with the strike from Dauda. Well, they're quicker to everything. Playing with more tenacity as well as composure on the ball. Cartagena, that is. Strong challenge there from Datkovic. He felt he should have had to throw him. Slight change to the first half from Zaragoza is that Sabin Merino is more central, with Puche over on the left and Alvaro here on the right. But the ball has been forward from the visitors so rarely that it's not made any difference. De Blasis, Dauda, Gaston Silva, back to Datkovic, as the hosts stay in total control. Forward by Datkovic, on by De Blasis for Dauda, who once again has a run at Gamez. Across comes Frances to send it out for the throw-in. Well, it's a pretty sad way for Zaragoza to mark the club's 90th birthday. not the way they would have wanted to celebrate today. So far, there is still more than half an hour to try and turn it around, but the way it's looking at the moment, it's not going to happen. So it's a club with a fine history. 6-time Copa del Rey winners, and perhaps most famously the winners of the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup in 1995. Famous goal from Naeem from the halfway line in the last minute of the final against Arsenal, beating David Seaman. A very famous goal. If you haven't ever seen it, look it up. Naeem from the halfway line. It even became a song. But Zaragoza have been sadly wallowing in the second tier since 2013. And on this performance, they're going to stay there for next season as well. Had been on a great run, their best of the season, 4 straight wins, to spark hope that they might challenge for a playoff place, but that is being squashed today. Cartagena, on the other hand, if they hold on here, could be as few as 3 points off the playoff places by the end of the weekend. They would need, for that to happen, Girona to lose at home to Ibiza. And even so, they are getting back into good form after a recent run of 4 losses in 6. An hour played. Cartagena in total control. Zaragoza can't even keep the ball, never mind threatening to score with it. Again, we see the build-up to the second goal, finished by Dauda. Fine shot from a narrow angle from the Ghanaian, who's on loan from Anderlecht. While Petrovic received treatment, Zaragoza players arguing that play should have been stopped. It's not for the referee to do, though, only if it's a head injury. The referee is instructed to stop games. Well, they get the ball into the opposition penalty area for once. Clipped through for the run of Sabin Marino, but beyond him and easily gathered by Martinez, who I'm not sure has touched the ball yet in the second half before this moment. Castro, nice layoff to Tejera, poor pass from him. And with Valderrama in midfield for Zaragoza, back to Jair. It's Frances. Able to find Lopez, his ball cut out. Gamith trying to win it back, but determined challenge flying in from Datkovic. The next change being prepared by Jim and Ignacio Martinez. Ivan Azón will be coming on. There's a long throw to Puche. Wonder if he's going to be the one to make way, and he commits the foul, trying to win it back. It's not been a full debut to remember for Miguel Puche. Scored the winner last week against Fuenlabrada, got his first start at this level as a reward, but has had few chances to shine. Dauda, chest down to De Blasis, who switches play beautifully. What a pass that is. Finding Delmas, the scorer of the opener. And he maybe saw an opponent who, sorry, saw a teammate who wasn't there. And long ball through the middle is a good one for Sabi Marino. Initially brought down, but then well challenged by Gaston Silva, tracking across. Pass out from the back, and certainly no offside, as Chavarria played it forward for Sabi Marino. Long throw headed away by Badkev. Comes back to Chavarria. Rather isolated out there, and he can't prevent the ball from going out for a goal kick. See again that goal. It's rather concerning the way Petrovic went down for no apparent reason. A few seconds later, even more concerning for Zaragoza as the goal went in. It is Puche who comes off, and Sabi Marino as well, with Ivan Athon and Juanjo Narvaez entering the action, so 2 changes in attack. Although in truth that's not been their problem today. It's more midfield has been the issue for Zaragoza. The forwards haven't had the ball, hadn't had any service to do anything with it, but see if Athon and Narvaez can spark an upturn. Free kick conceded there by Frances. De Blasis looking to send it over the top for Ruben Castro, but Christian off his line. Throw from Gameth, flicked on. But no trouble for the Cartagena defence as it's cleared as far as Frances, who slings it back in, looking for Narvaez, but no chance for the substitute to get on the end of that. Narvaez coming on for his 28th appearance of the season. He's mainly been a starter. And there you see the referee in the aftermath of the goal explaining exactly to Alvaro why he didn't stop play. He pointed to the head to say, I can only stop the game if it's a head injury, and then he pointed to his back and was obviously saying, and this is a back injury, so what am I to do? The only way play could have stopped there is if Cartagena had decided to kick the ball out, but I think that's probably asking a bit too much of the opposition, especially for such a strange injury for Petrovic. They wouldn't have known really what was going on. It wasn't like it was a collision. Anyway, here's Lopez trying to feed the pass inside to Gameth. Cut out by Dauda, and there might be a break now. De Blasis sends it to the right. Bodiger looking for Castro. Ruben Castro has to follow it wide. Turns back inside now to the byline. Clips the cross, 3-0! And it's Bodiger with the easiest of headed finishes after the great delivery from Ruben Castro. And Cartagena's great afternoon just getting better and better. And that was easy. So easy. They won the ball in midfield. Oh, it's time for a dance. Maybe back on the training ground with that one, boys, but can understand their delight. 3-0 up. Bodiger with his 3rd of the season. His pass initially across the face of goal to Castro, and then it's though he's invisible. No one even aware of his existence in the Zaragoza defence. As he loiters on the back post for a couple of seconds, Ruben Castro sees him. No one in a red shirt did. And so Bodiger with the comfortable finish 3-0 and game over. Ruben Castro and Nacho Gil make way. Alfredo Ortuño is into the action up front. Very different player from the man he's replaced, Ruben Castro. Ortuño, very strong presence in the air, won't give you too much on the ground, but he will look to hold play up and link up with his teammates. The other player coming on in place of Nacho Gil is Berto Cayarga. Ortuño giving chase for the first time, but comfortably won by Frances. Long throw sent in, but they just have no ideas, Zaragoza. That's all they've got, long throws, hoping for a flick on. Been an awful performance for them, especially the second half. It's Cayarga getting a touch early. Blasis sweeps it out for Silva, looking for the run of Dalma. Doesn't reach him as cut out Agameth. Ooh, De Blasis jumping into the challenge with Gameth, and Zaragoza didn't like that. He did seem to jump in with both feet. No decisions being taken by the referee other than throw in. Gameth isn't appealing too much. There's confirmation there was no offside in the build-up to the third goal. Bodiger's cross to Ruben Castro that was eventually turned into a cross by Castro for Bodiger. Yeah, that's silly from De Blasis. He jumped in. It's the kind of challenge that's being stamped out. The stamping in, and he's a little bit lucky that he wasn't punished for that. Lopez. He's being pulled there by Bodiger. He holds on to possession, so advantage allowed. Chavarria looking for Narvaez. Good control. Back to Chavarria for the cross. De Blasis calmly controlling on his chest and clearing and chasing it. He's non-stop, the Argentine. Bodiger trying to win it back. It eventually is fired away by Delmas. Back they go down the left. Bodiger stayed down as it comes inside for Narvaez, and the curling effort from, in the end, Valderrama. Well over the top. Well, there's no way Zaragoza were going to kick the ball out of play there with Bodiger down, especially after the second goal they conceded when Cartagena didn't kick the ball out for them. That's where Bodiger was just caught in possession. Ended up with a shot well off target from Valderrama. Ortuño winning one in the air. That's something he'll do all day if you send the balls up to him. No one running off him there. He's the most used substitute in La Liga Smart Bank. This is his 29th appearance off the bench this season. Bearing in mind it's only their 32nd game. 31-year-old. He's a youngster compared to the man he replaced, Ruben Castro. They do get the free kick this time as Narvaez goes down. Change being prepared by Cartagena is Sebastian Cristoforo, a Uruguayan midfielder. Ball played at far post and a headed opportunity for Ivan Athon. Just seemed to misjudge it and couldn't direct it on target. So Portugal will make way, the scorer of the third goal. Gets a good round of applause as he is replaced by Sebastian Cristoforo. Here is that goal again. Set up for him by Ruben Castro. Delightful cross. And an easy finish as he was left unmarked. So Cristoforo on for his 7th appearance of the season. There's a chance maybe for Alvaro. Trying to feed it inside, has it deflected behind for a corner, and Zaragoza know they're going to lose this game, but they'd like at least the consolation of a goal and trying to finish on a bit of a positive as well. They've been so comprehensively outplayed today. They just want something positive to hang on to as they leave the stadium today. They're not going to get it from that corner though. It goes all the way back to Christian Alvarez into the final 15 minutes of normal time. 3-0 for Cartagena. First half opener from Julian Delmas, followed early in the second half by Mohamed Dauda, and then the header from Borja to make it 3. And they're on the hunt for more now. The cross is just beyond Ortuño. From Vázquez, doesn't find Ortuño, and Vada send it back to Frances. Now Gameth with the cross that probably would have been the keeper's, but Datkovic taking no chances, just heads it away to make sure. Corner headed away at the near post by Ortuño. And there's a break now. Still trying to carry it on was the substitute Kayarga, just got outnumbered in the end. Ball is the appeal from the home players and crowd, but play going on. They shouldn't worry though. Zaragoza give it back to them quickly enough. There's a nice turn by Cristoforo. And it's sent wide now for Gaston Silva, back to Cristoforo. Up to Otunyo. The play's going to be stopped for a foul on Tejera by Valderrama. That was the handball they wanted and probably should have got. Seemed like it did hit the left arm of Verde, but possession was quickly regained. Now Delmas on the run. Can't feed it out to Kayarga. There was a foul there on, I think, Athon as he tried to turn. Ortuño with the closing down. Strong challenge is too strong by Tejera. Borja Sainz will be the next introduction for Zaragoza, and that will be their final change. Made 4 already. Overhit down the right-hand side. Nothing coming off for Zaragoza today. Only had 1 shot on target in the whole game. And really, I think the thing that killed them in this game was the very slow start they made to the second half. They would have wanted to come out and grab the initiative, having been 1-0 down. Instead, they barely got a kick in the opening minutes of the second period and then fell further behind, and that really left them in a position they've been unable to even threaten recovering from. And it's Valderrama who will make way. Those expressions sum up the afternoon for Zaragoza. Borja Sainz coming on. Midfielders on loan from Alaves, top flight team. Being a regular throughout the season, off the bench mainly for Zaragoza. Two changes being prepared for Cartagena as well. One of them will be Shinji Okazaki, the veteran Japanese icon. And I think the other was Alejandro Nesquez. Play going on for now though, Kayarga. Back for Tejera. Kayarga. Delmas. The ball well, and Cristoforo sending it back. See the confidence that Cartagena have, stroking the ball around. In the end, the kick long from the goalkeeper. Will that go out for a throw? It will. Looks to send it down the line, well intercepted by Silva. Cristoforo, Tejera, Datkovic. Back for Cristoforo, who's immediately looked a very composed presence in midfield since he came on. Good pass from De Blasis to Kayarga. And Delmas making the run down the right. Nice cross. Reaches Ortuño! could have been 4, might still be. Here's Dauda. In the end, Zaragoza are able to clear. The ball is won cleanly as well. No foul play going on. Now there's a foul as Datkovic brings down Alvaro, but nearly more embarrassment for Zaragoza. Yellow card shown. Quite sure who to, but Datkovic by the look of it. This was so nearly 4-0. Both Zaragoza central defenders missing it. And Christian Alvarez having to make the stop to deny Ortuño. He probably couldn't believe that the ball had reached him. Shot taken on. Saved by the busy Zaragoza keeper. So now we'll see those changes. Dauda will be replaced by Neskes. And Shinji Okazaki also entering the game. Dauda with his 8th goal of the season. Good afternoon's work from him. Ball bouncing into the area as Zaragoza look for a consolation that they're not going to find. Okazaki replacing Tejera. He will partner Ortuño up front now. And Neskes drops into midfield, the left of midfield. Okazaki's 25th appearance of the season for Cartagena. He's mostly been used as a substitute. The former Japanese international will be 36 next month. He was in the top flight last season with Huesca, of course. And here's Gamez. Pass looks for the run of Sainz, who wins the throw. Again, the long throw coming in, but it's never really been threatening today from Zaragoza. All those long throws, they've tried half a dozen of them at least, but all of them have been cleared pretty comfortably by the home team defence. That's why Datkovic was booked, an earlier offence seen by the referee. Flick on by Ortuño. And here's Neskes, the substitute. Twisting and turning one way and then the other, feeding the ball inside. It's going to be laid off for Okazaki, and again it's Christian making the save. And he's made half a dozen saves today. It could easily be a much bigger margin of victory for Cartagena. That was well worked between the 3 substitutes. Neskes, and on to Ortuño. There's the run of Neskes. Ortuño with the unselfish pass for Okazaki, who had it well saved by Christian. Good run from Neskes, a promising player at the age of 20. Getting a little more experience under his belt. Now a chance, surely. Oh, it's just overrun. Athon, who clatters then into the goalkeeper, and let's hope Martin Martinez is okay. He's flat out at the moment, and immediately treatment called for. Athon was making a legitimate attempt to win the ball. It did look like he was favourite for it. And then the keeper met him coming in the other direction. Well, there doesn't seem to be too much concern now. Players moving away as Martinez seems to be getting back up to his feet. Here's the incident. Long ball flicked on by the defender, and at that point it looked like it was going to be Athon's. In the end, the keeper got there first, and immediately the apology was offered by Athon after his somersault. And good to see Martinez not needing long to get back on his feet as Athon gets the yellow card. Antonio winning it in the final minute of normal time. Nesquez going on another run down the left. There's a chance to turn inside here. Well challenged this time. And the layoff could give an opportunity now for Borja Sainz down the right. Will Zaragoza get a very late consolation? Punched away by Martinez. That's probably the most difficult thing he's had to do all day. Lovely skill by Nesquez as he works it out from the back. 3 minutes to be added on. As I say, that punch away by Martinez was the most he's had to do, other than coming out at the feet of Athon a couple of minutes earlier. If we call that a save, the only other one was right at the end of the first half, a tame effort from Sabin Merino. Total domination for Cartagena today. Here's Nesquez. They continue to stroke the ball comfortably. And that's a worrying stat for Zaragoza. They've collectively run a kilometre less. Normally when you have less of the ball, you run more because you're chasing it, but it suggests they haven't worked hard today, and they might be further punished. Nesquez could have made it 4-0 there. And just leaning back as he hit it. It flies well over the top. A chance for his first goal of the season, a 20-year-old. Wayward with the effort, but for the tenacity of Pablo de Blasis, who's just not stopped running. For me, he's been the man of the match. Hasn't scored, but he set the tone and the tempo for Cartagena. And here he is still going. He's 34 years old. It's just non-stop energy and drive and quality as well. Pass for Delmas, scorer of the opener. Back here will run out of play into the final minute of added time. Home fans raising the volume in appreciation of their team's efforts today, strengthening their challenge for the playoffs. Certainly with this performance, it's been a very good one. For now, they'll be 3 points off 6th place, and with the performance they've shown in this victory, Cartagena could well challenge for promotion in the next couple of months. Very convincing winners today. Julian Delmas got the ball rolling. The second goal was fired in by Mo Lauda early in the second half, and then a header from Jan Bodiga to make it 3-0 and wrap up a convincing win. It could have been more. There were chances for them to add to those 3 goals, but they didn't need to be greedy. They already had enough for a convincing win as it finishes Cartagena 3, Zaragoza 0.